Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. And for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. Now, for those of you that's been following me, supporting me, salute. I really appreciate it. Now, today's video is special because what I did, I'm trying to help those of you that have bad credit, that may have a corporation or a LLC, and you can't find a business loan. So what I did, I found some lenders that may be able to help you. Okay, so before we dive into that, understanding that many of you may have set up your LLC or corporation in the past, however, you never filed your taxes. And because you didn't do that, you missed the opportunity to qualify for the EIDL loan, okay? Because they would have worked with you if you had an active business, all right? Now, understanding that, let's talk about the first one, and that's Axion. Okay, here's the thing about Axion. They're non-profit, right? They're non-profit that get money from all these different big lenders and stuff to help people fund their business or start their business and everything. However, they want you to jump through a lot of loopholes. So you can have a brand new startup business. But if you have bad credit, here's the thing about it. They want you to jump through loopholes. And what I mean by that, they want you to have a business plan, and which I can accept that. But then they also want you to get a recommendation from SCORE or a small business development center. Okay? So you can't have no BKs. No BKs in the last 12 months. All right? And you can't be late on your rent or your mortgage, all right? So again, they're going to get very personal in your life in order for them to help you. So granted, they're non-profit and they're there to help you, but they're going to get very personal in your life. And so that's the reason I'm not too keen on them. Now, do they help people? Yeah. But in terms of the loopholes, some people don't want to be going through, some people don't want to be jumping through all these hoops and stuff just to get a small loan to start their business. So we're going to put Axion on the back burner, and let's see who else will be willing to help us. Okay. Number 2, we have Flora. Okay. Now, Flora offers business loans and they offer cash advance. Now, with the cash advance, you can be in business for both the business loans and cash advance. You can be in business for at least 6 months. Okay, so you don't have to be in business for a long time. And again, you can have bad credit. But here's the thing about it: like on the cash advance, you have to be showing revenue, monthly revenue of at least $5,000 a month, and it can be in credits and debits. Okay, and credit cards and debit cards. All right. So, and they'll be willing to work with you, and all you have to be in business for at least 6 months. All right. So, like I said, some of these lowering the threshold to help you because they really don't focus on the credit. They focus on what's going on with the business. All right. So that's more important, and that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Even like with your traditional banks, they'll start focusing more on what's going on with the business instead of your credit. All right, so stick with me and let's go to number 3. Now, number 3 is called Rapid Finance. Okay, now with Rapid Finance, here's the thing about it: they want you to be in business between 3 to 6 months. All right, so which isn't bad. You know, if you're a startup and you're trying to get things going, 3 to 6 months isn't bad. All right. And then their monthly, they want you to have at least $5,000 monthly revenue. Okay. Now, here's one thing I could say about Flora. You can have a BK is okay, but it can't be open. So you can have a bankruptcy, but it has to be discharged. As a matter of fact, even with SBA, they just changed their rules as well. Like for their PPP loan, they had changed their rules to where if you have a BK, existing BK, that's been discharged, they'll allow you to get a PPP loan. Now they ran out of money, but at the same time, they did change the rules to make it easier to help people get qualified for the PPP. But again, looking at the lenders that are lower on the threshold to where you're not making a whole lot of money, but they're still willing to help you get a loan. Okay, so at 500, you're looking at what, about 12? What is it? What you looking at? Maybe about $12.50 a week or something like that, or not even $12.50, maybe something less or whatever. That's the reason they said don't do math on camera, right? But nonetheless, $5,000 a month with bad credit, and they'll help you get a loan. And this is Rapid Finance, all right? Now, here's one that I like. It's One Park Financial. Now, the reason that I like them is like they're a platform, right? But here's the thing about it. Even though they're a platform, they're trying to help people that's been in business for at least 3 months. And you could be making $2,500 a month. So you see how they actually even lowered the bar even lower. So for people that's trying to get business loans and stuff, again, it may not be a whole lot of money, but at the same time, at least you're getting your foot in the door, getting somebody to at least trust you. That's what you want. Now, we have talked about in terms of alternative methods to helping you fund your business. And one of those alternative methods we was talking about with Visa gift cards, right? And so we was talking about if you have like a Home Depot card or a Sears card and stuff like that, that being able to possibly get Visa gift cards using your Home Depot regular personal card and then funding your business that way. Again, for most people, the reality of it, a lot of people don't need a whole lot of money to start their business, okay? And they just need somewhere to start at, all right? So that's the reason that I was showing this strategy, because you may not need a whole lot of money to start your business, okay? But putting emphasis back on One Park Financial, like I said, it's 3 months. All you have to do is be making $2,500. And like I said, if you have bad credit, hey, they understand that. So that's the reason they're a platform to look at different lenders and stuff that may be willing to help you if you have bad credit. All right. So think about One Park Financial. As a matter of fact, I'll put a link below so you can actually check them out, because they are one of the ones that's lowest on the threshold to be able to help people. All right. Now, you have a Fundbox. Now with Fundbox, all right, here's the thing about Fundbox, all right, they working with credit scores of 500. So it ain't necessarily, well, it's still bad. 500 is a bad credit score. So they are working with credit score, at least you have to have at least a 500 credit score, right? And you have to be in business. They give you 2 to 3 months in business, which is cool, you know. Again, you a startup, you're trying to find a way to be able to get money for your business. Now, here's the thing about it. You have to have some type of accounting software, okay? They want to be able to see the type of transactions that you have in your business and everything, so that they can see, okay, these numbers aren't made up, right? So that's the reason that in terms of being qualified, they don't mind 2 to 3 months and a very bad credit score, but you do have to have a accounting software, all right? So just keep that in mind dealing with Fundbox. Now here's one I've been talking about. PayPal. Working capital. Now, the cool thing about PayPal, again, it's 3 months. No credit check, all right? But you do have to have a business account And you have to show that you've been making, under the business PayPal account, you have to show you've been making at least $15,000 a year. So you see, they even lowered the threshold, but you have to have been showing at least $15,000 a year. So averaging, say, 3 months, you're looking at about $5,000 a month in order for them to consider to give you a loan. Now they have a Premier. Now with the Premier business, it's $20,000. Okay. So again, like I said, if you're doing transactions through PayPal and stuff like that, or say that you're an independent contractor, and this is another method that I've been telling people. Say that you drive for DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, Instacart. You're an independent contractor, right? So when you get paid, you cash out through PayPal. And then you transfer the money over to your business bank account. And I made a video about that strategy, so you can check that one out. But here's the thing about it that you also have to understand. One of the biggest things in terms of if you're trying to get funding from traditional lenders, even if you have bad credit, it's all about the relationship. So that's the reason I tell you to open up the personal account, the business account. If you have bad credit, then hey, look at opening up a secured credit card, right? So again, the more transactions you have with that financial institution, even though you may have challenging credit, because you build a direct relationship with them, you have a higher chance of actually building up your relationship to where you're able to get funding, even though you may have bad credit. But again, the business may be doing well, it's just that you have bad credit. All right. But now here's something else I want to tell you, and I'm going to share a story with you so you can understand. We had a client, they're in the oil field, right? They ship oil back and forth, and they did over 1.2 million, right? But they had an LLC. So the engine blew out on one of their one of their tankers, and they needed $10,000. The banks would not even give them $10,000 because they was focused more, because they had the LLC, they was focused more on their personal credit. Had it been a different entity, a non-pass-through entity, then they would have taken it into consideration and would have just looked at the numbers of the business. So this is one of the reasons that I myself, I'm kind of not in favor of an LLC. But hey, if that's all you have to work with, and you don't understand the taxes and stuff, and you're trying to look at a way to minimize your taxes, then hey, I get it. Work with what you can until you're able to do better. So that being said, let's jump back into this. There's another one talking about Square. Okay, now, if you're receiving payments and you have a Square account and stuff like that, again, Square will be able to give you a loan without looking at your personal credit. This is one of the things that I keep telling you. This is why I tell you, like with traditional lenders, you don't always have to go through traditional lenders to get qualified for a business loan. All right, there's third-party lenders out there. Most of these people, they're already doing business with PayPal. They're already doing business with Square and stuff. But they never actually looked at if they're able to get a business loan through them. Now, here's another one that's on the market as well. Stripe. Okay. Now, Stripe, they offer business loans with no credit check as well. That's right. So now you have PayPal, Square, Stripe. These are companies that don't even look at your credit. They just look at the performance of the business. And you don't have to be in business a long time. You just actually have to be operating a business and utilizing their platforms, their payment platforms, in order to be doing transactions, in order to qualify for loans through them. So again, these are companies that are out in the market, and as more come into the market and stuff, it's going to be easier and easier if you have bad credit, but the company is making money to get qualified for business loan. Now, here's one more that I want you all to pay a close attention to. And that's Shopify. Most people that are on Shopify, they didn't even know that Shopify offers business loans and cash advance. They offer both of them, business loans and cash advance. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you have an e-commerce business and you're using a Shopify platform and you want to sell more and to show up in the algorithm to sell more of your product, I'm going to tell you something that I mentioned in another video, but this is definitely going to help yourselves. All right? It's a techie thing, but I promise you, if you start doing it for your items that you're selling, you'll sell more of it. Okay, so here it is. If you look at the image that you're actually trying to post to sell that product and stuff, what you could do when you go into your hard drive, if you do a right click, okay, what'll happen is the data will open up about that image. And that way you can put the description of the image and stuff where people can't see it, but the computer reads that, like Google, spiders and stuff reads that. And then if you take that image, you can take that image and put it on OfferUp, 5 Mile, Facebook Marketplace. You can put that image all those places. And guess what? It will show up in Google more times, especially on a local level, than if you was just trying to sell your whole product around the world. Now, the best platform of it, the best thing of it is being able to sell your product around the world. But to be able to get a faster sell and to be able to get more local buyers for your product and stuff like that, so it reduces your overhead shipping costs and everything, just that little technique, I promise you, you'll start selling more products and everything. All right? So I hope that this video helps you, because I really think that if people are starting to become aware that, hey, they don't have to be in business a long time, they just have to actually be in business and generating some revenue. So even if you're doing like car washing, you're taking cash for your car washing or your power washing and things of that nature, lawnmower, if you're out doing like manual labor type of businesses and stuff like that, making sure that you, instead of you taking cash and stuff, if you can avoid it, have them to be able to send them an invoice through PayPal, through Stripe, through Square, or to be able to. Now, again, here's something else. So you can get a loan through PayPal. So say that you're receiving payments through PayPal. Here's something else that you can also do. You're receiving payments through PayPal, but you can use those same documentation to go to these other lenders to qualify for a loan as well. So now you have one business operating, but you're using two different platforms to get more capital. So say PayPal gives you $5,000, and then another company look at those same numbers and they give you $5,000. That's $10,000 you don't raise. That's the strategy that three-way funding helps you to understand, that you don't have to just depend on one payment platform to be able to get funding. All right, so that's a strategy you can use also. So this is Houston with Three-Way Funding. I appreciate you guys, and salute.